So I can resume that it's a mutual fault. I mean,
well,
ours
and
Ukrainian, Europeans, Budapest Memorandum and all the agreements.
Well, yeah, I could say that having a few nukes would be handy against such a neighbor. But now I remember an old story from Finland. There's a journalist asked from Mannerheim that who was guilty in Finland that Stalin, the dictator, attacked us. And the Mannerheim looked at him and said, well, actually you answered yourself. Have you thought of Stalin? Who was guilty? He was. The dictator started the war. So that's, we can't blame ourselves. That's wrong. It's like a girl, well, beautiful girl on the street. Was she guilty when she was attacked? No. Never.
Absolutely. So now, for this very moment, a lot of allusions went to the past. Is he treated still like a dictator in the world? I mean, the powerful dictator, or maybe humiliated dictator? Because my question is, what are the USA and Europe most fears of Russian Federation for today?
Nukes. Previously, Russia was called gas station with nukes. Now, as we buy less and less gas and petrol from them, it's just a station with nukes. You always had to consider this element there, but you shouldn't be afraid, because otherwise, well, you are giving away everything, being just afraid of the nukes. So I think that's the element which makes West cautious.
Afraid of using it on the territory of Ukraine or on the territory of NATO countries? Because it sounds like a fantastic movie or something like that. Hollywood blockbuster, actually. The NATO countries with all the powerful...
Large-scale war against Ukraine sounded also like a fantasy, actually. Even November 2021, several Western European countries didn't believe that, despite the intel what US and UK had.
Final question is about the situation on this very moment. I mean, today, when we are talking, what now rules Europe and what now rules Russia? Something changed in the strategy of Russia and strategy of Europe?
Well, Russia is ruled by the imperialistic instincts. They can understand that if they are not enlarging, the empire will collapse, and it will collapse. The bite they took here in Ukraine, or the bite they tried to take here, will kill them. And that's going to happen. In case of Europe, I think the driving force is more and more the self-confidence that we as a Europe, through cooperation, can have impact. So this talks about that we need to be able to defend ourselves, so it be, together with US, Canada, Japan, Australia, free world. That's the cooperation. So